At Superset, we invest, and we build marketing technology companies. So we've got numerous technology companies that we have built, going back to Crux, a data management platform, to Habu, a data collaboration clean room, and many others. And many of them are in the retail media ecosystem.
So I'm pretty sure you have a POV on retail media. What can retail media networks do to further advance the commerce functionality of CTV?
Yeah, I do have a point of view, and a lot of that stems back from 30 years ago when I started in this business doing linear TV, dots and plots, and actually direct response TV specifically, which is in many ways kind of a modern CTV, right? And I think the key there that we need to improve on is the ability to have that commerce experience, right, in sight, sound, and motion. And one of the things I'm really intrigued with, the company that we recently led a Series A round, Rembrandt, they're looking, they have a technology where they're doing in-scene media. They're placing brands in that media. So the idea around, meeting the person in the right context, when they're willing to buy, being able to have that exchange and that kind of value proposition exchange with the brand, but then reduce the friction right to, being able to purchase is key.
One of the areas of friction in the CTV space right now is kind of transparency and standardized measurement. Is there any connection between retail media and CTV and improved measurement?
Well, yeah, I think, and tension's a great word because there is tension. However, I think the tension right now is mostly around the lack of standardization and the way that people are measuring, incrementality. So unfortunately, yeah, I think the lack of transparency is actually the biggest problem. That really is not a technology problem fundamentally. That's more around an alignment problem. And then I think, pretty critical to that is that once we understand the importance, truly understand the importance of the standardization, and we get kind of a student body movement around that, then then the trust will come.
So are there any specific trends or innovations in the retail media network space that you're excited about for the year ahead?
Yeah, well, and it actually kind of one of the trends, and I hope it's more than a trend, but it goes back to the transparency and trust. And we have quite a dynamic data privacy environment, and I think in some ways we've gotten this wrong. While data privacy is incredibly important, privacy I believe is a right, is a human right, but I think it's slightly been misconstrued with getting someone's consent, getting their permission to use the data, truly understanding what their preferences are and how they want that data to be used. And so that's a trend that we see. The most progressive retailers, the most progressive brands are really taking a data permission first approach. And then when they do that, right, they are building that trust. And that also is particularly in CTV, where again, sight, sound, and motion right in either your house or on your phone. That's a very intimate space. And so that's a trend that I think is going to be incredibly important in 2025.